Unpredictable, not making compromises and using swift, decisive moves. That's how Vladimir Putin's late coach described his young pupils' judo skills at an exhibition at his former sports school in St. Petersburg. But Anatoly Rakhlin's words could easily describe the president's leadership style. And even today, in his late 60s, Putin likes to be seen throwing judo champions on the mat, maintaining his image as a strong, fit, macho leader.
The phrase my father said to Vladimir Vladimirovich when he congratulated him after his inauguration was, "Remember, Volodya, it's like sports. When you attack, always remember about defense. When you defend yourself, remember about an attack."
It's a lesson Putin seems to have taken seriously during his 2 decades in power and dominated by his goal to make Russia great again. He's improved the lives of millions of Russians suffering from the collapse of the Soviet Union and provided some stability. But also he went to war in Georgia in 2008, annexed Crimea in 2014 and backed separatists in the east of Ukraine that same year. He's played a decisive role in the war in Syria and has become increasingly involved in other conflicts around the world. Putin's hero, and maybe even his example, is Peter the Great, who in the 17th century managed to expand the Russian Empire through wars and invasions. Yeltsin's decision to hand over the presidency to Putin was a serious miscalculation, says filmmaker Vitaly Mansky, who followed Putin closely during his first year in office and made this film Putin's Witnesses.
Did those people who came up with this successor plan want to create Putin as we know him? Of course not. They were looking for a quiet, non-ambitious executor who would, as Yeltsin said in my film, deal with daily affairs, while important things would be done by important people. This was the scenario. What happened to that scenario we have been watching in the past 20 years. I could not guess that Russian voters would be so spineless and soft to surrender without a fight, not only power, but their own freedoms like that forever.
Mansky's film was never shown in Russia. A growing opposition against Putin's rule has been met with growing repression. But while tens of thousands took part in street protests a few months ago, Putin still has a large army of fans. Growing up in Putin's Russia, these young judo players see the president as a role model. And while he has only 4 years to go until the end of his last official term, Putin's endgame is as unpredictable as his judo moves.